What if you determine that one of the nurses who caused your baby's birth injury, that they don't work for the hospital, but you want to sue the hospital? Can you then also add that other nurse who doesn't work for the hospital? Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorney practicing law here in the state of Maryland. And I would like to quickly talk with you today about some really good information. And this information deals with a situation in which you determine or you find out that one of the nurses who are responsible for causing your child's injury at birth, that they don't necessarily work for the hospital, they work for an outside agency, and you're wondering, can you sue that outside agency and bring the nurse in also? Well, the short answer is that in general, yes, you will be able to do that. And how we can see this sometimes is we'll have individuals who will contact our office and they've been given a diagnosis of HIE, or their baby has CP, cerebral palsy, or some other type of birth trauma related issue, and the family will be talking about who was in the delivery room. And a lot of times what we hear from families is that they just assume that, look, everybody's wearing the same thing, they've got the name badges on, they're wearing the same colors in a lot of instances, and they just assume, well, you know what, they must all be working for the hospital. And sometimes this is the case. Sometimes that is true. All of the nurses and all of the doctors, they may be employees of the hospital, but what we can find in some cases is that early on in the process or during discovery, we learn that one of the nurses does not work for the hospital. They work for an outside agency. And what we can do is we can bring that agency in. We can file suit and name that agency also. Now, how we bring in everyone and what we use to allow the employer to answer for the employee, what we use is a concept called respondeat superior. And what that means is there are some elements and there's some things that you gotta meet for that. But in general, as long as the employee is within the scope of their employment, then and if they cause injury or they're negligent, the employer will answer for the wrongdoing of the employee. Now that's a basic breakdown of that, but I just want you to understand that if you're in this situation and you're learning, you're like, I want to speak with an attorney, but I don't know if we can bring everybody in because I've learned that other nurse, she wasn't even working for the hospital, or he wasn't even working for the hospital, he was with somebody else, and can we bring that person in? And so that is the purpose of this video today, to help you understand a little bit more about this process and some of the tools and some of the legal theories that attorneys who handle these kinds of cases, they can use to help you get the result that you deserve. So that's the purpose of today's video. And if you have questions about it, about what's going on with you, don't hesitate to give me a call. That's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law here at Boston Law Group LLC. We will see you next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.